Well, I guess your T-bone set does work. Anyway, well, we'll get that coon put down. Well, I'm checking my 4th trap of the morning. We're near the end of our day. It's a beautiful morning. Temperatures are rising here in western Kansas. But we're out here on the edge of a farm road. We got ourselves a nice coyote T-bone set. It was tripped off one day, but what they're doing, I got a good milo field, and it was impossible for me to get back there where I really wanted. We were really wet. Things are drying out now. I could probably, you know, if I was going to be here longer, go ahead and make my way through one area and go around the field and get to where I really like on that edge over there. Tall grass and milo, but they're crossing right here behind the pickup, and nice T-bone set. We're going to get this guy put down. We'll do a remake, guys. So I want to show you something that I do in some of my locations. This particular trail set, it's been here a couple of days and I don't see anything running it again. I see some deer in there, but there was some coyote tracks and things like that running through it. It's on a drag going up this hill, but I don't want to have to walk out here on a single day because I'm a long ways out here from the location, but I can get fairly close with my pickup. So what I do is I barely plant a post in the ground such as this, and I just wrap my drag around the post. This way, when the post is knocked over and I can't see it with the binoculars from back there, I'll go ahead and head up this way and do it. You know, steel post is all over the West. You could, if you're in wooded country, you know, you could grab a stick. Say you're wanting to trap on top of the hill, you could have a stick up there and lean it and wrap the chain around it. This way, I come out here about every other day, double check, but for the days I'm not, I got my steel post. If it's still standing, then, you know, nothing's happened. No coyotes or deer or whatever's gotten into it. So that's one of the tricks I do out here, and I'm looking at there's just nothing, no activity right now. So anyway, I'm gonna head back and but you know, coming out to these western ranches, there's a lot of trails, and you want to find the trails that the coyotes are actually walking in, and it gives a guy an opportunity also to, you know, do a little scouting. Maybe you'll find an old cow carcass or something that died over the summer, and that's where they left it. So anyway, just wanted to give you a tip there. Well, I forgot to return on my GoPro here. So I had a T-bone here. There's going to be a lot of odor, so I'm switching this set on over to a scent post set. I think it's just better for with all the urine odors and all that. Reinvent the set. We'll go ahead here and to begin with, the first thing I did was I took my sifter and I just kind of reestablished a trail here, you know, going both ways. I think it'll be better for the canines on that. Let's get that, uncover my pan. I'm able to reuse this particular bag, and we, you know, I found a lot more sign, and I wish it was drier. I wish I could have got back there. I think there's a lot more coyotes here that I didn't get into, but boy, you gotta love them milo fields up there. Let's go ahead and sift this all back in, cover that up. Looks pretty good. We'll just reestablish the trail a little bit with some of that slag. Let's kick that out. We got a nice scent post area. Get a piece of scat. And let's also turn right around and just put that about 10 inches out into the trail. We're gonna use some gland lure, and this is a red fox gland lure is what it is, and just as a change up. Put some of that gland right there. I brought this plant in over here, and that's facing southwest. We're going to be getting warm here, and so southwest. So that's how coyotes are coming through here. I want them to be able to smell it, investigate. A little urine there, a little urine there. Our set's remade, guys. So all right, we'll get on to the next area. Guys, I'm on the I went and got another trap up here on that Milo field, but look at these tracks. They have created a super highway. All of the planter rows are all you know, they're ridged up from the planter. That's what planters do. It ridges it up, covers up the wheat seed, but they have flattened out this edge here, and he's already got some scat. Now I'm turning my trap toward this direction because my dog is going to be on that side because of the wind direction. I don't really have to do a lot here, but let's go ahead and start our set, and let's get into it. So I already got some scats here, so I'll use that in my set, and so we're going to put the set right there. Let me go ahead and grab, because of the direction that I'm aiming it. I don't need quite that much. Let me grab something a little smaller. That'll work. I just need a lure holder. Let's go ahead here. Grab out our stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead, and we're just making a scent post right where they're walking, guys. I think that's the big important thing is that you just need, for good consistent scent post catches, you just need to be right where they're walking. Don't aimlessly just say, well, I'm just going to put a backup scent post. I think it needs to be where they're walking for your best success. So, like always, I need this drier surface material. So let's go ahead and lightly, because we got some moisture here. I don't want to get too deep because then I'll get into the moisture. And chop out our bed. God, that's nice and fluffy. It'd have been nice to have for the whole trip, really. And then always in the middle, let's chop out a little thing for our chain to sit in. I'm gonna toss that behind me and find my driver. And let's drive this thing in. This location, we're leaving tomorrow, but I just felt it was just too dang good of a spot. And Kansas can have a hard pan. That's good. Let's pull back on it. Make sure that thing's set so that my friends have a hard time pulling it out tomorrow. And this particular trap is one of my first custom Canadian modifieds that I ever had. Put that in. That's going to be just perfect. We're supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow. We're dang near going to be there today. So I'm not really worried too much about freezing. So for those of you wondering about, well, is he going to use any kind of frost proofing or anything like that? The answer is going to be no in this case, because it's going to be fairly warm. And there's enough sign here that I got my remake down the hill, and I really believe that we're going to have more coyotes coming through here. Even though this is just a one-night set, it's good enough. I'm going to brush that out. I think I got enough there. Like always, guys, let's go ahead, uncover our pan. Walk through sets or anything like flat sets, we got to make sure we use our thumbs, use our finger to poke it in. Because remember, that coyote, his footprint's a lot smaller. We don't want him feeling a soft spot except for that pan. That's the only place we want a soft spot. All right, so that other question I got, and I got it from a student I just had, and I think it's a good question for guys. Do you go ahead and add any additional guiding or anything? I don't. I think between my gland lure and urine, and then I'm gonna have my scat with urine, I think that's really all you really gotta have, because we're wooing the coyote. He's gonna slow down, that's the game, right? He's gonna slow down, and I don't think we need any of that. So take that, the drier dirt, we're gonna kick it out. To my friends in Pennsylvania, I wanna say hello, number one, but I know this is one of your bourbon videos, because you see all this nice dry dirt and you just sit there and cuss at me a little bit, and I just wanted to say hello to you. But anyway, our set is well blended. We're going to use that scat about, I don't know, 10 inches out. Have that done, and we're just going to use some gland lure and urine in this set. Really, I guess maybe next year I'll be lazy enough. I don't want to put in another set with 1 day to go, but there's a lot of sign here, a very good location. And the only other thing, guys, I need is my urine, and we'll have this set done. So in closing, let me at least just say this. If you have anywhere the edge of a timber going through a 2-track where you have good sign, this is the perfect set. Work with the wind. I think that's important. Have the wind in your favor here, and that'll help whoa the coyote. Until I see you again, folks, tight chains.